We welcome you to a triple header of ACC basketball on ACC Network. We start you from PNC Arena in Raleigh, presented by Food Line. First of two regular season meetings between NC State and Virginia. Wes Durham, great to be with Paul Biancardi this afternoon for the Wolfpack and the Cavaliers. And it is conference play. NC State's off to a 2-0 start. Two tight wins on the road, Coach.
Yeah, the intensity goes to another level in conference play. You know so much about your opponent. They know everything about you. State trying to go 3-0 in the ACC. Virginia with 11 wins, trying to get one on the road.
Well, the Cavaliers, the guy who leads Tony Bennett's squad, is maybe the best defensive player in the ACC.
Reese Beekman averaging 5.5 assists and shooting over 51% in his last 5 games. Defensive Player of the Year last year in the ACC. One of the best on-ball defenders in the country, always in anticipation for steals. He's the heart and soul for Virginia.
Well, and if he's the heart and soul of Virginia, this guy right here is the heart and soul of the Wolfpack, and the hero from the other night in South Bend is the big fella, DJ Burns.
Left-handed post with outstanding touch and footwork. He's a great passing big man, Wes, averaging 3 assists per game in his last 5 games.
Yep, going to be interesting to watch kind of the strategy involved today for both Virginia and NC State. Cavaliers are here. They beat Louisville at John Paul Jones Arena on Wednesday night by 24, shooting 52% from the floor. Blake Buchanan from Coeur d'Alene in Idaho and Jaden Taylor get us started, and away we go in Raleigh. It's a cold, rainy Saturday afternoon, and folks have worked their way inside PNC Arena for this first of 2 meetings in the span of, about 18 days between Virginia and NC State. Already 10 to shoot on the Wolfpack's first possession. Taylor for Horn. 5 to shoot. Here's Taylor trying to get by McNeely. At the top, he'll launch with the shot clock winding down. It's an air ball, and NC State comes away empty on the first.
Trademark of Virginia, the pack line defense. Pressure on the ball, 4 guys inside the 3-point line. If you're NC State, you can't over dribble. You got to move the ball, get ball reversal, get cuts. You dribble the ball, they're going to load up against you in this matchup.
Here is Andrew Rohde. He's a transfer from St. Thomas in Minnesota. And this is Beekman, who we spoke of. Dunn, nice skip pass. McNeely was red hot the other night in the win against Louisville. And that jumper bounces away. Burns and the Wolfpack try to get in transition here with DJ Horn leading the way.
Well, they want to get the ball to DJ Burns as much as possible, whether it's for a scoring opportunity, 30 in the white, or just a touch, because he is an outstanding passer.
Here is Parker. Now Taylor thought about it in front of the Virginia bench.
NC State kind of heavy on the dribble right now.
There's Taylor. Left side, Morcell. Long 3. Rattles out. Ryan Dunn, the rebound. He leads the Cavaliers at almost 7 a game.
Wes, the more you take multiple dribbles, you play right into the hands of the pack line defense.
Kick out. McNeely tries again. That one is good. Isaac McNeely, his 35th 3 of the year. He's almost 50% from behind the line in Virginia on the board in the first 90 seconds.
That's a great sign for the Cavaliers, because in his last 5 games, he's only 33% from 3.
Hit 4 threes the other night on the way to 18 against Louisville. Now here's Taylor on the drive, had it knocked away, and Virginia has kind of clogged up the arteries for NC State's offense here in the first 3 possessions. Rohde and the Cavaliers. Now the freshman Buchanan. Tony Bennett's given him a lot of responsibility today, given the prowess of Burns, and there's a turnover. Here's an outlet with Taylor. He's got Dunn to beat. The layup good. Terrific take for Jaden Taylor, and the Wolfpack on the board, and the big fella at the front end of that transition.
And that's one of the big keys for NC State. Score from their defense, force turnovers. They're averaging 20 points a game in their last 5 games with their defense. And second chance opportunities, they're getting 11 off the glass. More points you can get without playing against the pack gives you a chance to win.
McNeely alone in traffic on the drive, knocked out of there. Morcell runs it down.
And for Virginia, it's all about how you're going to double DJ Burns in the low post, and can they find their 3-point shooting? In their losses, their 3 losses this year, they have shot the ball terribly from the outside.
And there he goes. Burns on the board.
Well, that time he had the dribble on the left side of the floor. For a left-handed player, Wes, for some reason he likes the left side of the floor. Most lefties want to be on the right side, going to the middle.
4 in a row by the Wolfpack to give them the lead. Beekman trying to find a path. This is Rhodey, a step in 2 that rims out. Horn front court. O'Connell waits at the table for NC State. He's a primary ball handler for Coach Keats. Here's Burns again. Buchanan, let's see if there's help here, Coach. McNeely hedged, Burns turns, bounced away.
Good defense by Buchanan. Kept his feet on the ground, held his ground. That's what you have to do against DJ Burns, and you cannot play him one-on-one all game. You're going to see different coverages by Virginia. They'll double down, they'll choke it from the outside. They'll come on the dribble, they'll come on the pass.
Dunn tried to fire it to Buchanan. The hand got knocked in there, and last touch, I believe, by the Wolfpack. It'll stay with Virginia. And Tony Bennett, of course, one of 2 head coaches to win the Naismith College Coach of the Year at 2 schools, Washington State and Virginia. He's looking for Cavalier win 326 today. He's got 421 in his 15 seasons. He's done a remarkable job in Charlottesville.
An amazing job.
Beekman.
Mentioned Washington State as well.
Yep. Just 3 seasons in the Palouse. 3 ball away. Rims out for Rhodey. Here's O'Connell. I love his game, Paul.
Oh, he's always thinking about others, 12 in the white.
Parker. Now here's Middlebrooks, who spelled Burns a moment ago during the substitution that brought O'Connell to the floor as well.
Now Virginia doesn't have to double the post with Middlebrooks in the game. They do against DJ Burns.
Quick move to Morcell. Couldn't get by Rhodey with 5 to shoot. Step back. Line drive off the mark. Buchanan the rebound.
The pack line defense right now for Virginia looks very, very tough. They smother the defensive glass. They are not allowing dribble penetration.
So Taylor on the bench means O'Connell gets Beekman defensively. And here is Dunn to the basket and one. Ryan Dunn, the dunk, draws the foul. Virginia back in front and a free throw when we come back to Raleigh. ACC basketball is presented by Food Lion, official grocer of the Atlantic Coast Conference.
Taylor's been effective attacking the basket, but this is where you're going.
Burns rolling on Jai. Left hand, we're tied. Lob for Burns. DJ on the roll. Up, under, layup, good. 1/10 of a second left, and DJ Burns, Dan. So DJ Burns was the hero the other night in South Bend. He got the basket to tie, then the basket to win. And oh, by the way, the historical significance of 54-52 is not lost on the Wolfpack faithful, by the way.
Wow, you pulled that one out.
No, Tim Peeler did.
Well, both of you guys,
yeah, but
that's
no,
impressive.
Tim gets credit. Lorenzo Charles, the dunk to beat Houston at the pit in Albuquerque, 1983.
The pass from Derek Wittenberg.
That's it, the pass. Good job. Emphasize that.
He said it enough times.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Over the decades.
Ryan Dunn, by the way, a chance for the three-point play and missed the free throw. And Mohamed Diarra the rebound for NC State here, Paul. And here's O'Connell. They got Burns still on the bench. Middlebrooks, Diarra, Morcell, and DJ Horn, who's been very quiet the other night and so far here today in Raleigh.
But he is a guy who can light it up quick for NC State. The ability to knock down three-point shots at 44%.
1 point.
Horn.
Yep. Trying to go to Middlebrooks. Got batted away. Turned over by NC State.
And Casey Morcell just telegraphed that pass. You got to ball fake it and then pass it.
So Diarra at 6'10" stays with Ryan Dunn. Here's Beekman. O'Connell forced to give up. This is Groves, the Oklahoma transfer. No chance there. O'Connell in transition for the Wolfpack. Middlebrooks wants the ball and does against Groves on the catch. Cross court, 3-ball Morcell. Too strong. And Middlebrooks tried to keep it alive. It was last touched, Bert Smith says, by NC State. Bert Smith, Clarence Armstrong, Justin Porterfield on the whistle here today in Raleigh.
Without DJ Burns in the game for NC State, score from your defense, get on the glass for second chance points, maybe try to break down Virginia off the bounce. You don't have the same low post threat with Ben Middlebrooks. A good player inside, but DJ Burns is special.
Yeah. Here's McNeely. Now Rhodey trying to reroute on O'Connell. 10 to shoot for the Wahoos. O'Connell doing a pretty good job trying to keep Rhodey in front of him. Left side 3 ball from Groves is off the mark. Knocked out, scooped up, fresh 20 for Virginia on the second chance.
Great defense by State, but they didn't clean up the glass.
There's Groves and Dunn the follow. 4 for Dunn. And both of them hanging right around the rim for the 6'8 sophomore.
He is definitely the X factor in many games for Virginia. They're going to get points from McNeely and Beekman. Dunn's got to get points as well and rebounds.
Possession stays with NC State. Don't forget, coming up, our triple header rolls on. Off to Tallahassee will go next. Jay Alter and Josh Pastor standing by for Florida State and Virginia Tech. And then we'll close it down. Mike Monaco, Randolph Childress are in South Bend, Indiana. Number 14, Duke and Notre Dame tonight to cap our triple header here on ACC Network. Virginia the rebound off the Wolfpack miss. 7 minutes in, we've got 11 total points, and I don't think anybody'd be surprised to hear that.
And the pace is going in Virginia's favor right now.
Yep.
They want to control the tempo of this game and keep it slow. Low possession game.
McNeely the miss, O'Connell the rebound on the backside. Here's Burns, who's back in the ball game with Horn, Taylor, and Diarra. The 2 bigs out there for Coach Keats. Horn. Out of Burns, here comes the double team. Skip for O'Connell, 3 ball, good, and a foul. Oh my goodness. Michael O'Connell's 7th 3 of the year in 26 tries, and a crack at the rare 4-point play on the Beekman foul.
They throw it into DJ Burns. The double comes immediately. He pivots, he passes. Michael O'Connell only shooting 20% from 3 in his last 5 games. That was pure. I'm telling you, DJ Burns has the vision, the instincts, and the accuracy to be a great passer. He's averaging 3 assists per game in his last 5 games.
Michael O'Connell, by the way, got a great story from Kevin Keats' assistant Joel Justice about Michael O'Connell. He's in the transfer portal from Stanford. Things look really good with NC State, and then the young man who's Irish Catholic from New York all of a sudden gets a call from Notre Dame. Joel Justice goes to Coach Keats and says, hey man, we got to bear down now because Notre Dame's getting involved. If anybody's Storybrooke Notre Dame, it's Michael O'Connell. He missed the free throw. It's his first miss in 9 tries this year. So it stays a 7-all ball game.
We got a lot of Catholic churches here in Raleigh.
I understand that, right, yeah. You know how to sell. There's Groves' first basket. Nice entry pass by the Cavaliers. Pushes Virginia back in front.
Let's see where NC State gets DJ Burns the ball. It's been on the left side of the court the last couple of times.
Here's O'Connell again. Nice wrap for Burns. Catch, layup, no good. Knocked around. That's MJ Rice, the rebound, and he scored.
Now he can bring a lot of energy.
Yep. 6'5" sophomore transfer from Kansas, who's from Henderson, North Carolina, playing today for the 7th time.
He was a big-time recruit out of high school.
Sure was.
Strong, athletic, driver, offensive rebounder.
On the drive, McNeely, a spot-up jumper good. Sophomore from Poca, West Virginia. Isaac McNeely, he played in a high school program that ran the pack line defense. One of the scouting assistants said that Isaac McNeely may not be a better fit for Virginia's program. Burns tried to force a pass, turns it over. Cavaliers leading by 2 with the ball. Tane Murray on the floor. He had a big night the other night in the win against Louisville. Missed 3 out front by the Cavaliers. McNeely. Taylor at 2, too strong. Burns tried to keep it alive, tapped it to Beekman. O'Connell got to get back. Beekman on the drive, and a whistling foul will be on NC State. It'll be on the deck against O'Connell. Foul on the Wolfpack. Cavaliers by 2. ACC basketball presented by Food Line. Well, Virginia 11, NC State 9. Isaac McNeely. You know, you go through that freshman experience ball. He's come out on the other side, and now he's stepped it up in league play.
He's their best three-point shooter, one of the best three-point shooters in the nation. In his last 5 games, Wes, he's made 9 threes. All those threes have been assisted. So he needs his teammates to find him coming off screens or spotting up.
Young man is from Poca, West Virginia. Played at Polka High School. Do you by chance know the nickname of the Polka High School team?
I do not.
The Dots.
The Dots. Okay.
The Polka Dots.
Polka Dots.
I didn't think I could get one by you, Biancardi, knowing what you know about the game at that level.
Well,
but I got the Dots by you.
Yeah, when you go to West Virginia, that's when you start to lose me.
Here is Buchanan trying to body up Burns. That's a losing challenge. Here's Beekman, a fall away, and that's good.
And that's what he does.
First field goal.
Yeah, that's what he does best, Reese Beekman. He'll create for himself. That's where most of his points come from. Why McNeely, he needs the assist.
Yeah. Beekman's evolution somewhat to the point guard, the pure point guard, to replace Kihei Clark, and I'm not sure that's a possible term to use, but I admire the way he's handled that responsibility for Tony Bennett.
Well, he's learned under, the best with Kihei Clark in terms of leadership and toughness. Always a great on-ball defender out of high school. He was a top 50 recruit. He was a big-time recruit for the Hoos.
Yep. Beekman, nice pass. There's Buchanan for the dunk. Freshman from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, stuffs home his first basket. Played 19 minutes the other night in the victory against Louisville.
Big body, great hands, very mobile. Started off the season strong, had a great game against Florida. Hit a little bit of a freshman wall. Right now he's going to hit DJ Burns.
Cavaliers by 6. Burns rolls with that left hand and scores.
He can smell it, Wes.
Yep.
DJ Burns, veteran, graduate student. Blake Buchanan, a freshman. It's tough to leave him alone one-on-one in the post.
Virginia lead down to 4 on the second field goal for Burns. Inside Buchanan, mismatch with O'Connell. Skip out for Tane Murray. On the drive, the New Zealander can't finish. Rice and O'Connell trying to take State down the floor, and O'Connell can't get it, but Rice does on a terrific play. Boy, MJ Rice a little scoring punch here.
He's got the body, playing with energy.
And a kick ball that was saved by Murray. Rolled right off the hand of Beekman down the front of his foot. There's Beekman all the way through. He threw it up, and he's going to get bailed out, I think, on a Burns foul here. First on DJ Burns, third on NC State. And you see that Burns just kind of asking Bert Smith, really? Was that, really? You sure y'all didn't just call that to call that?
And he does it with a smile.
Couple of free throws here for Beekman. And the first one good. Don't forget, tomorrow afternoon on ACC Network, quadruple header of women's basketball. Number 13, Virginia Tech, and number 3, NC State start today with Jen Hildreth and Kelly Gramlich. And then Georgia Tech at Pitt, presented by Food Lion. And it continues on. How about Florida State and Clemson, and then BC and number 25 Syracuse, all here on ACC Network and the ESPN app.
Wes, I went to the game where UConn came into town against NC State. It was a huge win for the Wolfpack women. What a game. Place was sold out. It was rocking.
Yeah, Westmore's got another terrific team. DJ Horn and the Wolfpack here trying to pick up their third conference win. 2-0 with road wins at BC and Notre Dame, and trail 4 as we come up on 8 minutes. Look at Burns, a little strong move, and got the and one on Buchanan.
DJ Burns in the low post. He's too strong. He's too composed. He doesn't panic. He catches. He locates. He gets low. He goes slow. He's under control. And a chance for an and one. Just the way he paces himself in the low post. It's beautiful to watch.
Just his 29th free throw attempt. And it bounds away. He's right above 60% at the line. One would think that number's got to get a little better.
Oh, it has to get better. And his jump shot from the elbow is not bad.
8 minutes to go in this first half. Good ball game, 2-point difference so far. Lob backdoor, done. The catch, layup, good look from Rhodey.
Well, that time DJ Burns, he didn't help on the back screen, didn't call it out. At times, he could be a liability on the defensive end with ball screen defense. 6
points now for Dunn. He leads Virginia. Cavaliers back to a 4-point advantage. Taylor and Horn have been very quiet for Coach Keats. So has Morcell, who's scoreless. There's a double team on Burns. One dribble trying to burn out of it. And it is deflected by Rhodey. It will get out of bounds with 1-4 to shoot. But it's last touch by Virginia. So a break with 7:22 to go. Virginia leading NC State 19-15 in Raleigh. Paul, we talked about double teams. What'd you see here?
Ryan Dunn comes on the airtime of the pass with Blake Buchanan. That's a tight trap, foot to foot, nowhere to go. But DJ Burns still finds a place to go. The weak side rotates for UVA, and that's the type of airtight defense that they have to play in this game against Burns.
All right, now the circumstances here as we rejoin you. 7:22 to go. Virginia by 4. Only 1 4/10 second left on the shot clock. But the inbounds pass on this possession has to take place over in front of the scorer's table. Complicates matters here a little bit.
Well, dead ball situation after a timeout. Let's see what Kevin Keats has.
Beekman waits at the table. And the ball will come to Parker from the logo for 3. Got it!
He was the second option on that play, Wes.
They want to take a look at this. And Dennis Parker Jr., my heavens. Let's have a look here.
Yeah, they run a curl for Horn. They can't find him. They find Parker. Takes a dribble, gets it off. Looks good.
Basket is good. Clarence Armstrong went over, had a look. And Dennis Parker, his first basket of the game's his 8th 3 of the year, and it's standing in Tuffy's face.
Give Casey Morcell a lot of credit for the pass.
So it's all of a sudden a 1-point game after the rainbow. Here's Rhodey trying to get baseline, whips it to McNeely, and he turned it over. So it's turned over to the Wolfpack. NC State energized by the Parker 3.
Every time NC State can score, they can set their defense. Casey Morcell sees that Horn is covered. Parker comes to the basketball. That was gorgeous. Kevin Keats out of timeouts. Been pretty hot lately.
Morcell. Horn has been very quiet. Had a tough night the other night at Notre Dame. 3 of 14, just 8 points. Looking for his first basket here and does.
You're welcome up, Wes.
Their last lead was 4-3, and the Wolfpack put 5 in a row now to go back in front here with 6.5 to play.
Last 5 games, he's shooting 48%. You know he's going to get hot, and you know he's efficient.
So here is Beekman with Rhodey, Buchanan, Dunn, and McNeely on the floor. And Dunn saves the possession.
You feel the intensity by State. Energized after the shot by Dennis Parker.
McNeely hanging 2. And bodies go down. Parker made the save to Taylor. My goodness.
Great contest by Morcell on McNeely.
Horn launches. Too strong. McNeely the long rebound for Virginia.
2 low turnover teams. They really value the basketball.
Right.
Possessions at a premium in this game.
There are 5 combined in this first half. Rhodey a spot up. Good. Andrew Rhodey, a sophomore from Milwaukee. Only 1 double-figure game in his last 6 coming into today, but former Summit League Rookie of the Year a season ago is on the board here in Raleigh to push Virginia back in front. Out of the double team, here's Morcell teeing up a 3. Line drive, miss off the rim.
Great pass by Burns. He's got the willingness and the accuracy and the vision to find the open man.
Well, Taylor is really forcing Beekman to the issue, isn't he?
Yeah, Tony Bennett was concerned about that before the game. The defense that Taylor would play on Reese Beekman.
Here is Horn. Now to Burns. Morcell, quickly they move it around, threw it beyond the reach of DJ Burns, did Dennis Parker. Lob for Dunn, taken out of the air by Parker. Beekman saved it, can't finish, rebound Horn.
Dennis Parker has made 2 huge plays here in the first half.
Sure has. Here's Horn into the front court. Wolfpack trailing 1. Morcell for the lead. Got it. 5th lead change in the first half. 19th three of the year for Casey Morsell. Wolfpack got 5 in a row. And now they've added to it to regain the lead at 23-21. And Casey Morsell, who started his career at Virginia, now a grad year at NC State, puts the Pack back in front. (23-21). The Wolfpack break that huddle around Kevin Keats with a 2-point lead. 3-pointer by Morsell put him in front, but Dennis Parker's made 2 of the biggest plays of the first half.
Well, we saw the 3-point shot, but this defensive play was extra effort by the young man from John Marshall High School.
And then here's the Morsell 3 off the pitch for head from Horn.
NC State doesn't get a chance at that 3-point shot without Dennis Parker and the extra effort that he went to save that ball and get some points off the turnovers.
Parker, you mentioned, went to John Marshall. Last big Wolfpack star from Richmond went to Maggie Walker. Was a former Dragon. Clyde Austin, by the way, Paul.
I'm 0 for 2 with you in the first half.
Hey, look, I got more recruiting stuff. I had to go deep research knowing we were working today. I got some stuff on a dentist in Northwest Washington or in Eastern Washington for you today. How about that? I'm working on your material. It's good. Here's Beekman skipping across. Groves tries for 3. Rebound by Horn. Now remember, Burns is getting a break here, as is Parker for Coach Keats. So you got Middlebrooks back on the floor. I said Parker, I should have said Taylor. Parker's on the floor with Middlebrooks, Morsell, Horn, and O'Connell, who's been terrific as well in this first half.
Yeah, look for DJ Horn to get some shots here.
There it is, on cue. Rims away to McNeely. You can't argue with Horn's looks, though, right, Coach?
Not his looks. His shot mechanics are terrific. And he plays the game with great offensive confidence. So you got to let him keep shooting.
Groves thought about it against Middlebrooks. 2-point Wolfpack lead, 3 minutes to go. Dunn working off the block, finds Groves, layup, rolled off the rim.
Great possession by Virginia, just couldn't finish.
Horn for Morsell. Quickly in the corner, Parker 3. How about it? 6 for Parker. A little closer to the line that time. His 5-point game.
He has practiced well over the last couple of weeks. Kevin Keats told me his minutes have went up. So hasn't his productivity level.
Here's Beekman, 10 to shoot for the Cavaliers. Dunn tees up a 3. Too strong. Middlebrooks the rebound for State. Ahead O'Connell. Parker feeling it. Sure is. Nope. Left it on the rim. Middlebrooks to close out, the catch and score.
State can hurt you on the glass.
8-0 run here, Paul. Wolfpack's got their largest lead of 7.
They never had to go against the Pack when you get an offensive rebound putback.
Rhodey had it deflected out of bounds. It will stay with Virginia. That'll get Buchanan back in the ball game. And how about the half Dennis Parker's having?
Well, you can see he was locked and loaded, ready to shoot the ball. Shooting 36% from 3 in his last 5. And Ben Middlebrooks working on the glass. State averaging 11 second chance points over the last 5 games. Crucial in a low possession game.
15 to shoot now for Virginia on the possession. Clarence Armstrong tried to readjust Kevin Keats' spot at the bench to allow Rhodey to put the ball in bounds. And there's Buchanan going hard to the rack. Second field goal for Blake Buchanan. That stops the 8-0 run by the Wolfpack. Parker. Here's Middlebrooks. He'll take Buchanan now, roll back inside with the right hand and score.
He's a veteran. Came from Clemson.
4 points for Ben Middlebrooks out of Fort Lauderdale. And back to a 7-point Wolfpack lead.
State has to be better right now on the dribble handoff defense and the ball screen defense.
Beekman, Rhodey on the attack. Trying to back O'Connell down. Finds Dunn. He's stripped and fouled. A couple of shots coming with 70 seconds to play. And the foul is on Middlebrooks.
Middlebrooks working the block on the freshman Buchanan. Takes him to the middle, finishes. That time Dunn with a cut to the basket. Virginia playing a 5-out type offense in that last possession.
6 first-half points for Ryan Dunn. A year ago against the ACC, averaged 3 points and 3 rebounds. His minutes improved, though, because of his defensive effort. And he missed the front end of the free throw there. He's 0 for 2 at the line.
Yeah, Wes, only 37% from the free throw line in his last 5 games.
Got that one. That'd be about right at 1 of 3, wouldn't it? Yeah. 6-point game.
But he's so valuable on the glass, finishing, rebounding.
Buchanan trying to help. Nice pass. Middlebrooks the catch. Boy, O'Connell is terrific. 6 for Middlebrooks.
O'Connell has great passing vision.
He harkens you back to the college guards of the 70s, Paul. There's a drive. He's got an old school point guard game. Middlebrooks draws another foul. It'll be his second, but another look at the delivery here from Michael O'Connell.
Watch the way he plays with his head up, his eyes wide open. He can see the entire court. Great slip by Ben Middlebrooks. This young man understands his role on this team. We asked Kevin Keats before the game, what's the identity of this team? He said it's balance, it's depth, and guys understanding their role.
Middlebrooks will come out on his second foul. And back comes everybody's favorite, DJ Burns, to play the final 40.9. And the free throw on the back end by Beekman gives him 6 now in this first half.
And you put DJ Burns in for offense. Great sub from the bench.
And now Kevin Keats going to take his use it or lose it here with 35.6 to go. 6-point lead for the Wolfpack when we continue from Raleigh, presented by Food Line. Well, great to be with Paul Biancardi, West Durham. We're at PNC Arena in Raleigh, where NC State is up to 48% from the floor. Virginia right at 39 here with about a half minute to go in this opening frame. And it's been kind of a tempo-based half, but 32-26, 58 points seems like a lot of points in a Virginia game, Paul.
Well, NC State has had some explosiveness in this game. They've scored from their defense. They scored on second chance points. They put some runs on Virginia. Let's see what they have right here going into the half.
Yeah.
You know DJ Burns is going to be involved, and will Virginia, and how will they double?
Yeah, 11-second differentials. We wind down this half. O'Connell with Isaac McNeely defending for the Cavaliers. Here's Morcell with 8 to shoot. Casey trying to get it to Burns with 5, 4. He'll skip it. Horn, a 3 ball. Got it.
The big fella just knows when to get rid of it.
3 assists for Burns. Beekman at the horn. Dumps it in. 8 for Beekman, but NC State's going to take a lead to the locker room. 35-28. Parker threw in that rainbow 3, and all of a sudden it kind of opened things up, it felt like, for the Wolfpack.
Making threes, scoring from their defense, and playing through DJ Burns.
NC State 35, Virginia 28 at the half. Let's get you to our ACC Network studios. With Joel Berry and Hall of Famer Jim Boeheim, here's Justin Walter.
Welcome into this ACC Network Halftime Report. As the guys mentioned, I'm Justin Walters, joined by former national champion Joel Berry, as well as Hall of Fame coach Jim Boeheim. A strong first half by NC State. What do you like about the way they're playing offensively and going through DJ Burns in the post?
Just getting out on the break for NC State, playing in the open space helps them a lot. But in the half court, when you get the ball to DJ Burns, he does so much. Being able to see the floor, being able to see cutters to the basket, being able to see the guys on the weak side, but also he can get a bucket himself, and he gets to that right shoulder, and he is hard to guard. But just being able to play through him gives you a good outlet.
I'm shocked that Virginia usually double teams the low post, even bad players. DJ Burns is a good player. You let him go, but He's also maybe one of the best big men passers in the country. So if you double him, he finds the open guy, like on the last play, they get an open three. He's a tough guy to defend down there. Notre Dame last week has them beaten. He scores 2 buckets at the end of the game to win the game.
We saw how effective that was, right?
I mean, you can't guard the guy down there. He's wide. Truck isn't even a close comparison. It's like a double wide trailer.
And I think that's why it's so hard to guard him and double team him, because he has the ability to pass. And then now all of a sudden you see Dennis Parker Jr. stepping up, knocking down 2 threes late there in the half. It's just all of those other options open up.
Good luck trying to stop that. 6'9", 275 pounds, your favorite DJ. Still another half to come with NC State. Go DJ. That's DJ Bird. 6 points in the first half against UVA. Will he do that in the second half? We'll find out. Ryan Dunn rising up top high. 2 of his 7 points. UVA, though, down by 7. Second half begins after the break.
Well, ACC basketball on a Saturday afternoon presented by Food Lion. We're at PNC Arena in Raleigh. NC State 35, Virginia 28 as we get ready to start this second half. And great to be with Paul Biancardi in game 1 of our triple header here on the network. And what an interesting first 20 minutes, right? Because it seemed that Parker 3 kind of fused the Wolfpack a little bit, and Virginia struggled shooting threes, Paul.
In Virginia's 3 losses, they're only shooting 22% from 3. In the first half of this game, Wes, they are 1 for 8.
I think the first 4 to 6 really important here for Tony Bennett.
Without question. And they're 10 for 19 from 2, so they don't have to panic from 3.
Right.
Start looking for more 2s inside the arc. Let the game go inside and out.
Cavaliers 0-2 on the road, 0-1 on the ACC road. Remember the loss at Memphis and the loss last Saturday at Notre Dame. 2 of their 3 losses. The other one was to Wisconsin down in Fort Myers. Here is Beekman and the Wahoos to start the frame. McNeely, Buchanan, Rhodey with him. And, of course, Ryan Dunn. Here is Rhodey on the drive. Had it poked away from behind. And look who came up with it. Lovable DJ Burns.
Got on the ground for it. Quick hands by Wolfpack.
4th turnover by Virginia starts the half. DJ Horn kind of found his shooting stroke here late in that first half, too.
Yeah, when Burns out of the game, they went to Horn. They love to run this misdirection play right here. They come off the double, and then Horn looks for his.
Morcell's to Burns with 5 to shoot. Back to Casey Morcell inside. Parker, the dunk, and 1. He took a big fall, but Dennis Parker's got 8. And the foul is on Ryan Dunn at the rim.
Credit all around from the Wolfpack. DJ Burns recognizes, reads the quick double. He finds Morcell. Morcell finds Parker right under the basket. It was KC Morcell who found Dennis Parker for that, as you called it, a 4-point shot.
Yeah, the 4-point shot, right. And here is Parker knocking down the free throw. He's now got 9 in the ball game.
Great teamwork by the Wolfpack.
The largest lead of the ball game now for the Pack at 10. 38-28. Buchanan just above the foul line, left it on the rim, and Parker the rebound. Here's DJ Horn and the Wolfpack.
Virginia's going to have to change their coverage with DJ Burns. Sometimes they double, sometimes they don't, but they got to rotate out quicker.
Morcell tees up a 3. Rims off, Dunn the rebound. I guess the thing that catches your eye the most is when he's double teamed, Burns has got a plan immediately. And he knows how to execute it.
Because he's finding the open man. He doesn't panic.
Beekman runs one up. It rims out. Buchanan the rebound. And an NC State foul that will award Buchanan 2 shots. And it is on Horn. It'll be his first. And the first on the Wolfpack. That'll put Blake Buchanan to the line. You get another look here.
The Beekman's trying to score. Buchanan working the glass. This young man's going to be a terrific player at UVA. He had a monster game against Florida this season. He's still catching up to the speed of the game and the physicality.
Free throw no good from Buchanan. All right, so here's the Buchanan recruiting story. Now, he's an accomplished player. You know that, right?
He was in the ESPN 100.
That's
Go ahead.
right. Tony Bennett finds out about Blake Buchanan from his dentist. No, his dentist he used to have when he was a coach at Washington State, who knew about the kid. And so Tony Bennett first heard about Blake Buchanan in the 8th or 9th grade. He's from Coeur d'Alene. His mother is the winningest coach in volleyball at the University of Idaho. His brother's a very accomplished collegiate volleyball player. And Tony Bennett's great line is, it took me cavities to find out about Blake Buchanan.
And Kyle Getter, the former assistant for UVA, recruited him. Now he's the associate head coach at Notre Dame. So great find by Bennett and Kyle Getter.
And the dentist.
And the dentist.
Here's McNeely. Beekman on the drive. Nice feed to Dunn for the layup.
And that's where UVA has to continue to attack. Inside the paint, more handoffs, more rescreens. Penetration by Beekman. When the defense rotates, give it up.
11-point lead for the Wolfpack. 2.5 gone. Second frame in Raleigh. Same two teams again in a little more than a couple of weeks. Here's Morcell, sets, and too strong with the three. And they're going to call a foul on Burns for a little bit of a push on Buchanan, trying to control the long rebound. Second on DJ Burns, second on the pack.
This time they play one-on-one with a little bit of help, but they were covering the shooters. They contested. They're going to have to change their looks on DJ Burns. You can't have a steady coverage of on the catch, on the dribble, or a single coverage. You have to mix it up. And then you have to rotate out. I coached against that pack line defense when Tony's dad, Dick, was at Wisconsin.
Right.
The one thing you got to be careful of, okay, if you're NC State, don't get seduced into shooting that weak side three, because that will get Virginia back in the game.
Taylor fights over the top of the Groves screen at the midcourt line to stay with Beekman. So Burns comes out of the ball game. Middlebrooks is on the deck. O'Connell is also checked in for the first time here in the second half for NC State. McNeely got trapped, and a foul will be called on Horn. Wolfpack crowd wanted a travel on McNeely. Instead, Horn gets his second. It's the third on the Wolfpack here in the second half already. They only hit 5 in the first half. So McNeely will go to the line for 2. He's 82%. Only 3 misses and 17 tries, and the free throw good. Don't forget, each weekday afternoon, ACC PM comes your way on ACC Network. 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Mark Packer, Taylor Tannenbaum. All the great interviews, features, and topics to the discussion right here on ACCN. 7 for McNeely, coming off 18 the other night against Louisville in the win at Charlottesville. Lead for the Wolfpack at 9. Here is Taylor, who's only got the first half field goal to his credit from a scoring perspective. Parker takes off baseline. Dunn shut that down. 10 to shoot, and here's Middlebrooks, who had a really nice first half. One quick dribble around Groves, put it up, score. 8 for Ben Middlebrooks.
Well, that's the weakness of Virginia, is their post defense right now. Buchanan's going to be very good in the future. Groves just not strong enough right now.
And there we get a foul in the midcourt area. It's going to be on Dunn. It'll be his second. It's the second on the Cavaliers.
Middlebrooks is a veteran. Sizes up his defender. Gets it up to the glass. Keeps it simple. He stays efficient.
Ben Middlebrooks with 8. Season high is 13. And the loss at Ole Miss there in the ACC-SEC Challenge. There's Horn. Step back 3. He's got 8. And the Wolfpack feeling it now.
It's only a matter of time for DJ Horn. Last 5 games, West over 50% behind the arc.
Yep. 46 to 32. That ball got knocked away. Parker, he's going to chase with Groves. Groves hits the deck, and then Middlebrooks knocked it away on a ball intended for Dunn. NC State is plugged in at both ends of the floor, and Virginia might need this timeout more than anybody else.
They got to settle down. They got to calm down and pick up their defense out of the timeout.
Well, Wolfpack by 14 here, Paul, and A little bit of our game summary. Tough start for the Wolfpack from the floor. Since then, 14 of their last 20. The bench is starting to tell a real story in this ball game for Kevin Keats' club.
Yeah, 15 points, 7 rebounds for the bench. No turnovers, which is huge. Now, you expect your bench to keep the lead the same or maybe give you a little boost. They've been the MVP in this game.
Yeah. Here's Beekman trying to make something happen out of the timeout. Taylor blocked it away. Terrific play on the backside by Jaden Taylor. Here's Horn in a flash. O'Connell, has he got another one in him? Nope. But the Wolfpack got the backside rebound and the and one for Dennis Parker Jr. Boy, what a day he's having. Now with 14 and a chance for 15.
8 second chance points right now for NC State. Dennis Parker Jr. If you want a state championship at John Marshall High School, he is working the glass.
So here's Parker with 14 and make it 15. 2 of 2 at the line here in the second half. He's got 9 in the second half and 15 in the ball game now. This Parker, it's 48-32.
Yeah, this NC State roster,
49-32, sorry.
Yeah, the roster, they have young, talented players. They have transfers that are old. They have returning players with talent and experience. They don't have a true identity yet, but they're getting there.
The lob for Dunn went awry. Middlebrooks chases it down. Here's O'Connell into the front court. 5 minutes gone in the second half. It's been all Wolfpack here in the second frame. 14-4 is the run for NC State, and Horn spins out a 3. Beekman trying to find. Inside Tane Murray had it batted. He cleans it up. 20 to shoot. Dunn the possession.
What a find.
Catch and score, you bet. Good look by Beekman. Ryan Dunn now with 11 on his 5th field goal.
Tested the NBA waters last year, came back. Knows he needs to work on his three-point shot, but his assist game and his defensive game is outstanding.
Backdoor cut. Middlebrooks finds Parker, couldn't finish, and now all of a sudden Murray grabs it. Murray, McNeely, Dunn, Beekman, and Andrew Rohde on the floor for Tony Bennett's team. Backdoor cut, McNeely. Here's Rohde, a catch and shoot from the corner.
Wasn't ready on the catch.
Yeah. Now Horn, the scoop, and the score.
He is so quick off the bounce, and if you get too close,
10 for Horn.
Yeah, he's going to blow by you. If you're too far off, he's going to drain it.
Lead back to 17 now for the Pack. Beekman crosses McNeely, a triple. Got it. Isaac McNeely's second 3 of the day. Gives him 10 in the ball game and cuts it back to a 14-point NC State lead. 13:24 to go. NC State ahead of Virginia, presented by Food Lion on ACC Network. Well, 51-37 NC State. DJ Horn's having a pretty good second half, and he's on the list of guys, Paul, making an impact in this league.
Yeah, the ACC has benefited from some great transfers. Hunter Salas from Gonzaga. He was a McDonald's All-American. 3rd in the ACC in scoring at 18 a game. Joe Girard, 3rd in the ACC. 3-point field goal percentage. And Harrison Ingram.
Oh.
He scored in double figures 12 games this year. What a stud coming in from Stanford.
Yep. Michael O'Connell, another Stanford transfer with the ball here for NC State. He'll skip it for Taylor, a 3. Got it. Jaden Taylor with 5. That's his first triple of the afternoon. 36% three-point shooter. He pushes it back to 17.
The Wolfpack, they absolutely know their role.
And the drive and score by Beekman. He's got 10 on his 3rd field goal of the day. So with 12 and change to go, the Wolfpacks equaled their total from the other night at South Bend, just to show you what kind of night that was. Out of the corner, Rice, a 3. Contagious, Coach.
And it was a late closeout by Bond.
And Leon Bond, the 3rd, from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, on the floor for the first time.
It's tough to come into the game on the road, down almost 20.
There's the redshirt freshman, a long 2. And he'll pound away to Rice.
But he's had some good minutes for Virginia this year.
Jaden Taylor took his eye off of it briefly. Burns is the guy in the post. And they got 4 guys around him who can all move in circles here. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. DJ's calling for it. Here's O'Connell with 5 to shoot. On the drive. In traffic and 1. Holy smokes. Whoa, Michael O'Connell. We get a timeout here, Paul. How did this go down?
He should have been on that transfer list, Wes. The hesitation, the strength, and determination to finish that layup. Maybe a little hook.
Well, Michael O'Connell has done a lot more than just hand out assists here today. He's got 4 of those. He's got 5 points, but he's impacted the game really, Paul, in every way possible.
Yeah, his ability to penetrate and find. He's looking for the hot hand, the open shooter. And when there's enough space on the floor, he's going to get his.
Yep.
And that last drive just shows you his determination and his basketball IQ, Wes. You know, a lot of guys are pass first point guards and they don't even look to score. O'Connell understands when to get his.
Beniola, New York, grad transfer from Stanford, free throw good. Now with 6 in the ball game. And NC State continues to get great production from their bench. 20 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, yet to have a turnover from a reserve. There's a lob toward Burns, and he knocked that ball intended for Buchanan out of the way. And Morcell, oh no, Taylor a little hezzy and a drive. Then, oh, what a play by Dunn.
Big time block by Ryan Dunn.
Jaden Taylor had that one look like he was going to get a clean path, and Dunn able to get a hand on it to swat it out. McNeely will take it in, can't finish the layup. Rice has given Kevin Keats a nice boost today too off the bench for the Wolfpack.
MJ Rice, Dennis Parker. McNeely's got to make that layup. You know, you get a big time block by Dunn, you want to convert down the other end.
Here's Burns with Buchanan. Rhodey trying to help. Lefty turn, left it on the rim.
One of his few misses.
Here is Beekman on the scoop and score.
That time he was on an island with Casey Morcell.
Yeah.
And they need his production. They need his points. At the same time, he's got to find Isaac McNeely and Ryan Dunn and others.
12 for Beekman on his 4th field goal.
We talked about it, the heart and soul and Mr. Everything for UVA.
O'Connell. Morcell on the circle. Now here's Burns with 8 to shoot, way out. Hands to Morcell. Can't dive down. Step back long. 2 is good. Casey Morcell has 5 on his 2nd field goal.
And he has really improved his three-point shooting here at NC State. His first year was at Virginia. He transferred over. Couldn't really shoot the ball in his first year.
Here's Beekman. Now Dunn with MJ Rice there. And Rhodey couldn't hang on to it. Turned over by the Cavaliers. Taylor again. Bounce pass, threw it away to McNeely. One of the rare misfires by the Wolfpack in the half court today. Their 6th turnover of the ball game.
Virginia's got to manufacture some jump shots from McNeely.
Cavaliers also probably have to have a sense of urgency if they want to get back in this too, don't they, Paul?
Yeah, they do. They're not going to press. They're going to run their offense, and they're going to try to stop you with the pack line. They need this.
Yep, McNeely drills the 3.
Get him shots down the stretch.
13 now in the ball game for McNeely. That's his 3rd triple of the day. Back to an 18-point Wolfpack lead.
What Virginia will try to do is just force you into turnovers by staying inside a pack. 4 guys inside the paint, 1 on the ball.
Here's Morcell. Waiting on the Burns screen. And Buchanan tried to help and commits the foul. 2nd on the freshman from Idaho, 4 on the Cavaliers.
McNeely, you saw DJ Burns was on him. He said, look, I got to start shooting the basketball for this team. Even if it's contested, they got to get him shots.
Beekman out. Tane Murray, you see, return briefly to the lineup to get a look at McNeely. Murray wears 10 for Virginia. Junior from Auckland on the North Island of New Zealand. Here is Rice all the way inside. Had it stripped out of there. It'll stay with the Wolfpack with 10 to shoot. And here comes Jordan Minor, a 6'8" grad transfer from Merrimack, who grew up in Kingston, Massachusetts. He played just 2 minutes against Louisville, 9 against Notre Dame. But it is another big body off Tony Bennett's bench. And there goes Morcell and Dunn, and Rhodey affected that. 18-point game, 8.5 to play.
Good job by State to get back.
Rhodey all the way down, runner with the right hand. Middlebrooks gathers it.
When they look at the film, they'll see they missed a lot of layups.
Yeah.
Right around the paint area.
Here's Horn. Look at this, kind of a reset. Now stop for O'Connell. Morcell around Dunn on the drive. In traffic. Bounce pass, baseline. Horn the floater.
Wes, that was such a high basketball IQ played by DJ Horn. Casey Morcell was shut down. Horn's defender was watching the ball. Great back cut.
12 for Horn now on his 5th field goal. Lead back to 20. And turned over.
DJ Horn.
Yep. Front court comes the Wolfpack. Left side on the drive, McConnell. And it bounces away for the grad transfer from Stanford. Ahead of 7 minutes to play. It's a 20-point Virginia lead, and now a Cavalier timeout. We're going to take it with them, but DJ Horn has got 7.5 for the Wolfpack. He and Parker have been terrific. But the little floater over the top of Ryan Dunn has pushed it to a 20-point State lead. All right, Coach, walk me through this wins and losses stuff for Virginia, because it's a 20-point game with 7 minutes to go, and Tony Bennett's taken some hard losses. Wisconsin, Memphis last Saturday to Notre Dame.
Look at the three-point field goal percentage in their wins and then in their losses. When they lose, they only average 3 made threes a game, and they give up 9 threes per game. In today's game, NC State has 9 made threes.
Wow. Is it that simple, Paul, against the pack line? There's got to be a little more to it, right?
Well, it's all connected. When you score, you can set your defense. And if you don't score, then you're going to get beat in transition. You're going to get beat off of points, off of turnovers. And NC State's done a really nice job on second chance opportunities. They have not played the pack line defense up to their ability, Virginia, and they're certainly not shooting well away from home.
Gertrude, the freshman from New Jersey, launching on the floor here for the first time. Elijah Gertrude, who played 7 minutes against Louisville and was scoreless. He was ticketed for a red shirt coming off an ACL injury in the offseason, but the young man's been put on the floor, and he's playing for the 9th time today.
Think about those numbers, Wes. If you give up 9 made threes, that's 27 points, and you're only averaging 3.
Right.
It's 9. It's 18 differential.
Yeah. 4 to shoot. Here's Horn. Working against Gertrude, rises and fires, and missed everything.
So I think it starts with the pack line first. They have to get back to who they are defensively. Now, in fairness to Virginia, a lot of new faces. Even though they're experienced players, it takes about 6 months to a year to understand all the concepts of the pack line. Think about it. Beekman, Dunn, and McNeely, the only 3 guys with pack line experience.
Yeah. And here's the other thing too, Paul, as McNeely slides back to it. I can't tell you that it's unanimous, but in almost every visit I have with a coach, they tell me, well, it took us 10 or 12 games to find out kind of who we were in today's college basketball.
Well, sometimes you get a system that's different. Like the pack line, it's a system that takes a lot of time to A, implement, and B, understand.
3 ball by Parker, air ball there.
But once they understand it, you see how dominating it is in games. Teams really struggle against it.
Gertrude had it swatted by Middlebrooks. Here's Horn for Taylor. He will squeeze around McNeely and score! What a terrific finish by Jaden Taylor, and the foul on McNeely.
Jaden Taylor. Watch the defense right there by Middlebrooks. And NC State does a fabulous job of converting from defense to offense. Taylor taking it strong.
7 for Taylor. He's a 75% free throw shooter. Played 65 games in 2 seasons in Indianapolis for Butler. Comes here to Raleigh, and of all the transfers that have been added, he's the most accomplished of them. And averaging 15 in conference play. He's got 8 here this afternoon.
And he really helps the Wolfpack defensively. He and Casey Morsell are great on-ball defenders.
Yep.
You don't see that in the box score. You don't see that when it comes to shooting, but everybody knows you need the defense to win.
Yeah, he's advanced his membership here on defense for sure. 10 to shoot for Virginia, who now finds themselves down 21, and Taylor almost came away with a pick again. 6 to shoot for the Cavaliers.
Taylor is right in the face of Reese Beekman.
And Tony Bennett, he was worried about this, wasn't he?
Absolutely told us that.
Here's Beekman in the corner, 3 ball, that's Dunn. Ryan Dunn showing some distance. He's got 14 now in the ball game, 7.5. And under 5 we go, but it's an 18-point lead for the Wolfpack.
Wolfpack has to be smart on the offensive end. Stay aggressive, but don't settle.
NC State won 7 of their last 8 conference games a season ago in this building. They've won 22 of their last 24 at PNC Arena. Middlebrooks a kick out. Taylor launching another one. Back rim miss, and Minor will pull it away.
Wes, in the first few minutes of this game, I thought NC State was way too much with the dribble. Since then, they have been beautiful with the pass, really moving the ball and giving it up.
15 to shoot. Murray. Here's Minor. Now Beekman trying to reroute around the Minor screen. Got into traffic, and a foul called on the Wolfpack with 7 on the shot clock. And it's on DJ Horn. It'll be his 3rd. It's 4 on NC State. That'll put the Merrimack transfer, Jordan Minor, to the line. And Minor is 2 for 3 at the line. First one is good. Don't forget, tomorrow afternoon we've got a quadruple header of women's basketball. Virginia Tech and NC State. Boy, is that a good one. Westmore, Kenny Brooks, terrific teams. That gets us started at high noon from Blacksburg, and then Georgia Tech at Pitt, presented by Food Lion. And then into the afternoon, where Brooke Wyckoff's got Florida State on the road at Clemson, and Syracuse hosts Boston College. All on ACC Network and also available on the ESPN app. 16-point game, under 4 to go. Burns against Minor at the block. Skip it to the corner. Taylor a 3. And the back rim miss. Here's a lead for Dunn, and he'll lay it in. 5 in a row for Dunn.
Yeah, you can't relax if you're NC State. Burns should be rested. He had a good rest here in the second half.
14-point game. Gertrude has kind of helped the Cavaliers in his minutes on the floor with Murray, Dunn, Minor, and Beekman, of course. Here's Taylor on the drive, and a foul called on Virginia. It'll be on the freshman, Elijah Gertrude. Timeout here in Raleigh. NC State by 14, presented by Food Lion. ACC basketball is presented by Food Lion, official grocer of the Atlantic Coast Conference. Ryan Dunn and DJ Burns have both impacted the ball game for their respective schools, but 67-53, NC State the lead, 3:20 to play at PNC Arena. Great to be with Paul Biancardi, Wes Durham, our game 1 of triple header. First of the free throws for Taylor is good. He's got 9 now in the ball game. He had a dozen the other night in South Bend. Middlebrooks and O'Connell into the game. Burns and Parker out for Coach Keats' team.
You can expect pressure after this free throw by NC State.
Second one good.
And they're going to stay on
Taylor.
it. Yeah, they're going to stay on it all game. That's their defensive identity. Pick up when they can. They have to score to set their D.
And Tony Bennett He took Gertrude off the floor during the timeout. McNeely, Beekman, Tane Murray, Minor, and Dunn out there for the Cavaliers here, Paul.
He took Beekman off the ball a little bit so that maybe get him shots.
McNeely winds around and bangs home a three. What a second half for McNeely. 13 points in the half, 18 in the ball game now. Down to a 13-point game again with 2:46 to go.
And I like the way McNeely is looking for his shot.
Here's Taylor. Burns right back to the table. And the drive and a foul by McNeely. That'll be Isaac McNeely's second. 7 now on the Cavaliers. And DJ Burns is going to come in with 2:31 to go. And I'm laughing because when Burns went to check back in, did you see where he was down there talking to Bennett as he was at the table?
I'm not surprised.
DJ's standing at the table. He doesn't sit. I noticed when he goes off the floor, he's at the end of the bench standing. And
doesn't want to get cold.
That's it, yeah. Taylor the free throw. So the big fella from Rock Hill, who, by the way, is just a real treat to talk to. Just a very enjoyable young man. Came on with us the other night post-game, and we started a conversation at shoot-around the other day about Casey Morsell. And it was fun. Just a fun guy.
I watched that post-game, you and Dan Bonner.
Yeah.
And he originally committed, went to Tennessee.
Right?
Yeah. Found a home at Winthrop. Was a player of the year in the Big South. And I talked to him when he made the move from Winthrop to NC State. He told me, he says, look, I want to show myself I can play in the big leagues because I want to have a career after college. And he's proved himself in the ACC.
Oh, there's a foul on Beekman. He grabs at Horn to draw his second. 1-and-1 for DJ Horn. Paul, you see so many players, and DJ Burns can play professional basketball, be it on this continent or another one, right?
Yes, no question about it. And most likely he's going to have to play overseas somewhere. But I'll tell you what, with his scoring ability and his size and his personality,
sure,
he's going to get paid well.
No question. Yep. First of the 1-and-1 by Horn is good. Don't forget, this is game one of a triple header. Jay Alter, Josh Pastner standing by in Tallahassee at the Tucker Center. Virginia Tech and Florida State both need a win. And they'll tee it up. Hokies are 1-1. Florida State 1-1 after the win against Georgia Tech the other night. Then Mike Monaco, Randolph Childress take you home tonight from South Bend, Indiana. Number 14 Duke and Notre Dame complete our triple header here on ACC Network.
You better get your wins now against Notre Dame. Because after Micah Shrewsbury scolded his team after the Citadel loss, they responded.
Sure did.
And I love the freshman Marcus Burton. He is quick on quick.
Yep. You see Gertrude back in the ball game. He spells McNeely here with 2:05 to play. The lead is 17. And ahead here is Bond trying to finish, and Minor will stuff home the miss. 4 for Jordan Minor. And Murray stays in the backcourt here against O'Connell. And the very best ball handler NC State has gets it to Horn.
Minor's given them, Virginia, some really good minutes.
Yep. He and Gertrude both could probably help out digging out some depth for Tony Bennett. Horn left it on the front rim. Middlebrooks couldn't keep it alive. Here's Rhodey and the Cavaliers as we go inside of 90 seconds.
Wes Gertrude is an electric athlete. He's just got to get reps and playing time.
From Jersey City.
Oh, yeah. He snuck into the top 100.
Played at Hudson Catholic. Here is Bond making his move. Fall away right of the lane. And O'Connell grabs the rebound. Well, this NC State lead of 15 as we get to the final minute. Paul, they got Carolina here on Wednesday night. Tar Heels have won 9 of the last 11 in the series. Virginia's going to get a week off where they go to Winston-Salem, and the Deacons and Hurricanes of Miami in a full 40 minutes here today in Winston-Salem. This is a tremendous win for NC State to get to 3-0.
This is a dangerous team, NC State. They bury another triple. That's their 10th.
Taylor bangs home one to make it 18 with 40 seconds left.
West, the Wolfpack have balance. They have 4 guys average double figures. Their bench was their MVP today. They have depth. They have role allocation. They have the big guy in the middle, DJ Burns, which creates problems for opponents' game plan.
Well, this is going to be a pretty good win for Kevin Keats. His team gets to 3-0 in the ACC. They'll be 11-3 overall. They've won 4 straight and 7 of the last 8. And this one is convincing.
They come out strong in the second half. They had a 7-point lead at the half.
Yep.
And it's been a total team effort. Different guys stepping up at different times during the game.
21 points off their bench in the Wolfpack victory. First time in 11 years they've gone to 3-0 to start the campaign in the ACC. 15 each for Parker and Taylor, 14 for Horn. The Wolfpack shoot 48% from the floor in picking up the victory with Carolina here on Wednesday night. Paul, great to be with you, my friend. Thank you as always.
Loved it, Wes.
Thanks, NC
State was terrific.
Thanks to our producer, Josh Monk. Let's send you to Justin Walters, Joel Berry, and Coach Jim Boeheim in our ACC Network studios. Game 1 of our triple header belongs to the Wolfpack.
Strong victory there by NC State. Game 1 of a triple header is in the books. Nice win by NC State. I'm Justin Walters, former national champ Joel Berry, Hall of Fame coach Jim Boeheim, DJ Burns. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They fed him early and often and worked the offense through him.
Yeah, when you're feeding DJ Burns, it just opens up so much for your offense. You know, if Virginia goes and doubles team, they can throw it out, and now you start knocking down three-pointers. NC State had 10 three-pointers tonight. So, and a lot of that has to do with DJ Burns. Even if it isn't him initially assistant coach, it's him passing it and getting hockey assists.
Well, he is so tough down there, you have to double him.
Yeah.
And he's probably the best passing big man in the league. So he either makes the direct pass or the hockey pass, and they get a 3. And when you're knocking those shots down, you're beating anybody. And Virginia has struggled all year scoring when they've had their games where they've struggled. It's been scoring.
Yeah.
And that was the same thing today. But DJ Burns is, I mean, they say 275. Trust me, that's after he takes a week off from going to the
You put all 3 of us in the paint. We cannot stop him. And obviously he had his way against Notre Dame. But we saw the nice nugget for NC State. 3-0 in ACC play. This is the first time for them since the 2012-2013 season. How good can this team be, Coach?
Well, you know, you look at their team, they just brought in so many different guys. You know, I think they have 1 freshman, but all these guys through the transfer portal one way or the other. Some have been there, like Marcel and Burns have been there.
Yeah.
But it's a balanced team. They're really well balanced. Their losses are at Mississippi and Tennessee. It's a tournament team. You know, I think, again, our league, everybody's saying, well, they've got 3 or 4 teams. No, we've got more than that. And Wake Forest is a team. Certainly NC State's a team that has to be under consideration.
And I think that's the impressive part about NC State, being able to bring in so many guys and have them gelled together. Yeah. And now Coach Keats has multiple guys that can score the ball. He has guys that can come off the bench and score. They had 21 points tonight off the bench, or today off the bench. So being able to have that interchangeability in your team, teams not being able to scout your team because there's no telling who will be the leading scorer. So just being able to have different ways that you can attack teams, I think that's what's so impressive.